is No Cap Productions. I'm Najee Crawford. On this episode, episode 4,
Black Lives Matter.
So Najee, today's topic is Black Lives Matter. What is your opinion on that statement, the name, the label, the movement? Like, what do you think about the whole thing?
I feel like it started off with and now it's almost like it's about to be on the stock market. Like it's strictly for profit. I feel like it's all cap. Yeah, like they need to cut it. Cut the cap. They receive what? $200 billion? Right? I'm pretty, $100 billion, I think, from just Bank of America alone. What's really happened? I mean, Breonna Taylor's murder is still out and about. There's been like, 10 other people ever since. We still don't have no justice. Now they're just using the NBA as propaganda. Like, I don't know. It's all cap to me. How do you feel?
I feel like it's a propped up movement. Definitely been infiltrated. Like,
Definitely.
if you've ever been out to, some of the protests or something like that, you kind of see like it's primarily
it's cap. It's cap. When we went down to the south, when we went down to the Miami protests, I'm not finna call her out or say no name. I'm not finna name drop. But certain people were using that tag as what almost seemed like as bait at the end of the night. And even like how they use it in the NBA, like the NBA has played a whole basketball season talking about this injustice, whatever the NBA. They're getting all this money from Nike, Bank of America, whoop-de-whoop, Michael Jordan. But what's really happening? What's really going on? Where's the money going? Has anyone came up with a plan yet? And that's what kind of bothers me about the whole thing. I mean, have you seen Derek Grace?
yes, he's a legend. Yeah, he's a legend.
Yeah. Dude's a legend. Like, he's kind of like the new Nip, I would say. I mean,
Nip was actually his mentor.
that's so.
Shout out Nip Hustle, R.I.P. Your legacy forever lives on.
So, and Derek Grace is like, he's not your typical entrepreneur, and he does it his own way. And one thing that I love about his message is empower yourself. So we're giving all this hype to this movement, and still nothing's happening. Imagine if Bank of America just pledged $100 billion to black communities instead of giving it to Black Lives Matter. We might, how much did they say Flint water would cost to fix? Is it $10 billion? I'm pretty sure it could get cleaner with $10 billion. Why don't you donate there? Why don't you guys go down to places like Mobile, Alabama, Jackson, Mississippi, and just donate money there? Just go to the community and donate. Louisiana, New Orleans. Shit, down here. Wynwood, all the, instead of just, I'm gonna have to call a spade for a spade, no cap. Like, y'all gotta be paying yourselves on the back end or some shit. Like, what's Buddy's name that funds them?
George Soros.
That dude. Man,
Yeah, George
like,
Soros, bro.
As soon
Look him up.
as you look him up, how can you after that at all feel like this movement is to empower us? And I'm sorry, but the way, and I don't know if the athletes know what's going on to them, but for me looking at it from the outside in, they're definitely getting used as props. Like,
So I do have a question for you. Not to cut you off, but what do you think about LeBron James storming out of that meeting when everybody was going to sit out the NBA and the younger players were like, yo, put up a fund for us, and he stormed out of the meeting instead of putting his money where his mouth was? But he's a phenomenal dude. I just want to know your opinion.
I feel like, and that's why I say it's cap. At that moment, in that meeting when they said that the NBA players had 2 meetings, in that moment, bam, right there, the NBA had a chance to make a strong statement. First of all, they had a chance to make the statement before that. They could have just said, no, we're not playing until something happens. Something would have happened in a week. Boom, they get another chance. And right before they say no, if the top 2 players on everybody's team paid their team's salary while they sat out, they would still be fine on every single team. Just the top 2 players. How they can't come to an agreement like that to make a statement tells me the statement isn't that strong, in my opinion. I get it, it's a lot of money, but if you could sit here and try to sway people to vote a certain way or sway people to think about a certain situation a certain way, you should also have the same energy when it comes to putting your money where
And we're back. So Najee, we're leaving off with Black people just empowering themselves. Like, what do you see as ways that we can empower ourselves? And are there any examples that can be pointed out that we can reference from and pull from to take context and then add our own value to?
Well, kind of the Nipsey approach. Derek Grace, he's doing a great job right now, where it shows ownership. So I hear a lot of like people complaining about gentrification, and in my head, I don't see the problem. The thing I see, most Black people complain about gentrification because it's white people buying up the hood. But what's stopping them? And then you got an iconic interview with Jay-Z where he says he'll never invest into his projects. And it's like, damn, that's the problem. Like, why can't you, no one's telling you to make it into a 5-star hotel, but why can't you give the people a better image of life? That is the problem to me. this pandemic taught me, and I also knew from finances that black people spend $2 trillion a year on white products. Meaning, have you ever, what's a black owned supermarket?
There are some
Major
out there.
supermarkets.
I have no clue.
There's a Sedano's.
Yeah, there is actually.
There's hella white, you know what I'm saying? So, name a major black owned fast food chain. Don't say KFC.
That's actually an insult. The
Don't
Colonel.
say-
Slap the mustache off that nigga.
Like, don't say Popeyes. Who?
I'm sure
What
there might
major
be one,
gas
but I
station
really
can
can't.
we go to?
You're bringing up a lot of good points. Like, I feel like that is the key. Like, if there's no ownership in time, you can't pass
What about
anything
an
down.
app? We always talk about culture vulture. Where's the major app, social media platform? Whoopty whoop.
Actually, there is one, but people don't use it.
That's
So
this pandemic.
So how do we get to supporting our own? Like, how do we really just put all the bullshit aside and
We
tap
gotta
in?
stop blaming. We gotta stop blaming them for. You know what black people problem is right now? They are almost crying out for a sorry, for an apology. And I took kind of what my dad taught me and came up with my own shit, because at the end of the day, bro, they taught us this our whole lives. The country is 71% white, 13%, 16% black. They have literally taught us our whole lives that this is what it was a plan, and they executed to a T. Now granted, was it right? No, obviously not. But if the country was 71% black, do you think black people would just be out here willy-nilly just handing out money, handing out land, No. They thought of a diabolical plan first. And when I say they, no offense, but I mean white people, yes. But the bad ones. And we're not going to talk about the small amount of white macadamia nuts that want to be sprinkled on with the chocolate chips. We're talking about, the vanilla pound cake. We're talking about the whole pie here. We've been taught our whole life that we're supposed to give everything to them. We're supposed to donate to them. Like, not donate, but work for them. And realistically, in 2020, there's nothing stopping us from doing exactly what they do to us to them, like back to them. And I don't mean that in a racist way at all. That's meaning to say, why can't we just click up? We have enough white people that love black people nowadays. We can't go to war with all of America that doesn't like black people. But we have enough now that we could start creating other streams, other branches, other downlines, and we don't use them because we're sitting here trying to fight a war that has been here since man. I mean, we're talking slavery and racism. All this division has been around since forever, so maybe that's just natural. I don't know. Why do we keep trying to fight the big battle when there's a lot of little battles that we could definitely conquer? And one of them is, if 71% of the country is white. 16% is black. Maybe it's better not to fight.
What do you think black people as a community could do to become more self-reliant?
For one, start to invest more into black products, and not just black products as in like buying things black owned, but starting things black owned, and not like shoes and clothes. Like I'm talking basic shit, toilet paper, fucking toothpaste, you know what I'm saying? Those things, and get the money funneling back through the community. And link up. So many people are so quick to invest with other cultures from the black community before investing into their own. And we see it time and time after again. Like, I see a lot of people doing well through the pandemic. I don't know how. But, you know, no, everybody's furloughed or laid off, and they, you know, they're living decent, you know what I'm saying? And where's that money going, though?
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
If we say Black Lives Matter,
Black Lives Matter,
but it doesn't show in our everyday. We say it with our mouths,
we say it with our mouth,
but we don't say it with our pocket.
we don't say it with our pocket.
We say it with our mouths,
We say it with our mouth,
but we don't say it with our bank account.
we don't say it with our bank account.
The reason we don't have support
The reason we don't have support
is because we don't support each other.
is because we don't support each other.
Where did you eat today? Where did you buy your clothes from?
Where did you buy your clothes from?
Where did you buy your shoes from?
Where did you buy your shoes from?
Where are we going?
Where are we going?
If we don't stand unified,
If we don't stand unified,
we'll always be divided.
we'll always be divided.
It's time for us to stop begging
It's time for us to stop.
And most of them are the same people saying Black Lives Matter, this and that, and then next thing you know, I see them and everything they just bought is a white company that does not fuck with black people. Gucci, Louis, this, that. They're trying to keep up with the latest rapper. And those companies hate black. I'm not even going to say it but Jordan, I mean, shit, I might get frowned upon, but Jordan, I would much rather buy Yeezys than Jordans, knowing now what I know about Michael Jordan. By the way, just so people don't know, part of the reason for sure that swayed the players was Michael Jordan walked into the meeting and talked to them and told them stop protesting. In less than 24 hours, they stopped protesting. Yeah.
Cut the cap.
Cut the cap. But yeah, I think once we get out of that mode of giving the money right back to them, like think about $2 trillion. We're sitting here talking about Flint, Michigan. But yeah, we just fixed Flint, Michigan on other companies that don't have our best interests at heart. So, and that wraps it up. Thank you for watching episode 4 of No Cap Productions. Listen, I love black people. I love my people. Maybe it's time to stop fighting. Turn our backs and do our own thing. Bless.